Welcome to the Effects Loop. I'm Diaz,
I'm Chris.
I'm Scott.
and we're keeping you in the loop of the guitar community. This episode is brought to you by Stringjoy. Sound better, play better. You can do whatever you want with Stringjoy strings because they come in probably like every size imaginable. I mean, they've got.
I mean, you can literally.
Can you order air strings?
Air strings.
Do they make a one?
I'm actually getting on their website to see what the highest and lowest they're doing is.
Well, all right, so but it's crazy. Like, I mean, you can do any type of strings you want, and it's like, I mean, it's great for finding your feel. I mean, I was just looking at weird, random things. Someone posted Yngwie Malmsteen's rig. All of his guitars. Did you know that they're eights? 8 to 48.
That's a light top, heavy bottom.
Yeah. Like I think it might have said 46 to 48, like it changes, but yeah, still it's kind of crazy.
Because like 10s go down to like a 48 or 46, depending on which one you get. Huh.
Yeah. So it was pretty cool, pretty neat. So and you can make your own set. I just did that. I just came up with the Diaz set, which is like kind of like Malmsteen with its light top, heavy bottom.
Did you use the tension calculator thing that they have on their website? Have you played with that yet?
No, I haven't.
So
the only time I play with calculators is if it's 80085. Noise.
Yeah. So I was playing with it the other day because if you use like an open tuning, for example, you can actually sit there and actually still have a balanced tension set. But the reality is like you're cutting, since you're pulling up a couple different strings in an open tuning, they'll feel a little too tight, things like that. So you can figure all that stuff out. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, I want to start setting a guitar for open tunings. Be a lot of fun.
Is it Open C is what Ariel Posen uses? I think that's it.
I don't know. He uses some crazy stuff.
He's got one in B standard, and I think the other one's in C, Open C.
I don't know. Andrew, tell us. My friend Andrew would know. He's not on here right now.
He should be.
He should be. We'll get him on. And he was on an episode, but he was really quiet the whole episode. He's one of those people that he doesn't have a lot to say, but whenever he does, it's pretty cool. It's not like me where I just say a whole lot of stuff and pray that something is interesting.
I'm sorry.
Speaking of something interesting, what's new, guys? Why is my name first?
Good question.
I don't know. That's just the order that it's been in for every other week. For 6 months because I keep copy and pasting the same one.
Oh, okay. Well, Chris, what's new with you?
Actually, nothing. I still have not gotten anything new this week.
Boo. Let's see. Scott, what's new with you?
I've got a bunch of stuff in the mail right now, but I don't know if I have anything in hand yet. I did get that big box of Stringjoy that I posted on the group.
We talked about that last week.
Did we? All right.
Yeah. Hi, Kylo. That was loud.
That was really loud.
Dude.
Not my dog this time.
Yeah.
Oh, now he's over here licking me again.
Anyway, I think I'm going to be purging some gear here just because I got 2 really big ticket things here in the works.
You got one email that was pretty awesome that I'm excited about for you.
Which one? The gold or the black one?
Black one.
Yeah, that one's going to be cool too.
Oh, did you finally go through with the gold one?
Yeah, it should be here Wednesday.
Oh my gosh, that's pretty quick.
Yeah.
All right.
But I don't know. I mean, so I'm glad that one's shipping FedEx, so it should actually be on time. But I don't know if you guys have been noticing, but USPS has just been all sorts of screwy on me lately.
USPS they got the Liverpool there at a pretty decent time.
Oh yeah, I got the Liverpool this week.
Yeah. Finally.
I haven't plugged it in yet. I cleaned it the other day. So I was actually thinking through that. I'm like, I've got all these pedals I think I'm going to let go. And some of them I haven't even plugged in yet because they were
Sounds
from
like
your
something I
batch.
would do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I might just do a live stream where I just plow through. Here's everything I'm thinking of selling. It's that I sent you guys a message last night with like a picture of my desk with all those ones on it. Where I think that's what I'm willing to let go right now. I don't know.
You have an all black one that I really want, but I don't know.
Yeah, that one. That's the one where I'm like, okay, so it's my DRV. I'm debating.
Yeah, I really want that one.
I don't use it. It's good.
I kind of want it.
It's a good
I want
pedal. It's just like I
How
don't
much you want for it?
really do rats. Diaz, you don't have the
Okay.
money.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Wow. Hot damn. Gosh.
Sorry.
Well, fuck you too. I might my next paycheck. I paid all my bills this paycheck. Well,
Okay. When you have 6 months of emergency funds built up, then you can start.
I'm gonna Ramsey rail my foot up your
Thanks,
ass. Okay. Yeah, well, when you can start treating your employees better, Dave. Sorry. Anywho, I flipped the FZ2 to one of our Patreon supporters.
Yeah, you made a nice profit on that.
Yeah, I did pretty good.
You've actually probably had the best flips this year. Between that and you doing the complete set of the gear supply, you've had some really good ones.
Oh yeah.
I haven't been doing them often, but whenever I do, it's notable, you know, like that. I'll say I'm very happy with, I've gotten really good. I'm so set in my gear. I've got such a wide variety of gear around the house that anything I see, if I buy, is to replace something that I'll sell or just to flip.
Yep.
Or like the gear supply was the long game. Because I don't know. I mean, is it sad that I really don't want to have to go buy a new shelf? Is where I'm at.
No,
Like,
dude, that's seriously what I'm going through. Where I'm like, oh, I just don't. I'm out of space to store all this stuff. Especially when I bought the Volante and took the DL4 off my board.
Yeah.
Storing the DL4 is kind of what like broke me. Where I'm like, all right, I got too many pedals because that thing's so
Right.
big. And actually, the DL4 is not on my sell list.
I feel like you've had such a history with that. You have to keep that pedal.
It's so useful for other stuff still.
Yeah, I mean, and like I've
Like a
always said,
vocal
it's an
looper.
industry.
Or
It's
like
an industry
acoustic
classic
board.
for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but
The DL4 has to stay.
I'd
But-
rather just see somebody I know using it. Because
Maybe you
like
could-
I've modded it so much and all that stuff too, you know.
Well, maybe it could be one of those things whenever you get back with a home church and everything, you know, when you get new guitar players and you let them use it, like that could be the delay that they learn on, you know, because the DL4 is a really great delay to learn on.
The church I'm joining already owns 2 Kempers.
Oh, I didn't know that we already had this like lockdown.
Yeah, I gotta get my audition done. I already know the song.
Well.
Just need to actually record myself playing it.
It's
There's
not
a-
a Revelation song, is it?
No, I don't know what key that's in. Actually, was it Worship Tutorials just did a Revelation song like playthrough thing?
How it's in was it supposed to be either D Mixolydian or whatever? Nickelodeon.
No, he made
D-Nickelodeon?
he made some joke that he actually played the solo from a Duran Duran song, and it fit.
Nice.
And I ran. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of great.
Okay,
solos
first off, isn't that Flock of Seagulls you just started singing?
Oh yeah. I don't know. Duran Duran, Flock of Seagulls, all the same. You know, it's one of those
first off, how
bands-
dare you?
Sorry, I'm not white enough to listen to Duran Duran.
Is that how that goes?
Yeah. Duran Duran is a white band. I don't care who you are. I've never hung out with like someone of a different color other than Caucasian and then been like, hey guys, you want to listen to some Duran Duran? And another person of a different persuasion says, you know what? I was just thinking the same damn thing. It's never happened. It's not happened with white people, but we've come pretty close. Okay? I don't know. Anywho,
Concerned.
Minute works better than all of them.
I got nothing.
He's like, it's like I can't even argue with this, like, because it's so just. Who has an opinion on these things? Diaz has an opinion on these things.
I think Rio is a cool song.
Her name is Rio, and she. Yeah, they all sound the same though.
I mean, it was that era. Like In Excess fits into that kind of era of that sound.
In Excess was kind of
yeah.
weird because they had such a wide range. Like, think about they have the
Oh, sorry, I
They've
just
got
got to
the-
save the date for my friend. His last name's Vol, and their
No.
hashtag is Volling in Love.
Oh, dang, that's horrible.
Do better, John.
It's gross.
Yeah, he's falling over himself. Whatever. All right, let's go on to gear. Wait.
Moving on.
Diaz flipped the FZ2. That's pretty much it. All right, so let's go on to gear news instead of news about people getting married that we don't know. So Mojo Hand Effects serves up some old school wish and swirl with the Mr. O phase shifter. 6-stage phaser to nail the dreamy 70s tones of like the Maestro style phase. I do like the logo that they did with the blue, yellow, and red.
For the
Yeah.
Mojo hand part?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do like the logo. It matches the kind of the color scheme.
So Diaz, I'd be curious what you think of the sound on this guy, because you're the phaser guy in this group of the three of us.
Is that what I get? Am I the phaser guy? Phaser
You're-
guy.
You're phaser
Okay.
guy.
You're definitely phaser guy.
So I'll be honest with you. Like the Maestro phaser is not a phaser that I like. It's not a phaser tone that I'm usually generally after because it's a little bit more subtle. Let's see.
That's interesting that you say that, because I was actually going to say I really like the tone of this, so that could be why.
I mean, hey,
Yeah, this is more.
finding your right
I
phaser.
like it.
Yeah.
I mean, you could set this phaser to stun, I'm sure, but yeah, I like it. I like the subtle sound. This is more of the phaser that sound whenever I play in like worship and try to just add a little bit of texture to my tone. So I do like this. I feel like if this is at 200 or less, it's going to be like set
150.
That's a fantastic price. You know what? Go John Cusack on that one. I like it. I feel like I think this is. I feel like there's two types of phaser people, and they just don't realize it. There's the like Mike Enzinger, Incubus, like using phase as like the phase is your sound.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the people who like phase as a subtlety and a texture, and this is more like a texture phase.
So listen to the demo of this. I get a strong John Frusciante kind of a sound.
Yeah. Well, that's also they're doing like the kind of
Clean strat with the phaser kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like most people don't realize like a good phaser like this is almost kind of like rocking the tone a little bit. Like just rock. I mean, and it just kind of like a subtle wah in a sense, very, very like back of the sound, so like wah going up and down. But yeah, I like it. I think for $150, this is killer. I
Yes.
really want one now. What do I have to sell now? As I was just saying how I don't want to buy anything.
I mean, you're to phasers as I am to probably to overdrive pedals.
Yeah, I go through. I collect and move through a lot of phasers. I mean, my favorite phaser of all time is going to be the Boss, the PH2. Because honestly, I feel like they hit it out of the park with that. And then my second is I've got the phaser from Electromotive Sound, and that's absolutely fantastic. But that's also got a whole lot of options, so you can definitely move from one side of the spectrum to the other. But this is definitely on that side that I feel like a lot of people would use more than a PH2.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because the PH2 just takes over your sound.
Yeah, this is
And-
closer to where when I had the Lillian, I was dialing it into this kind of a sound. And
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure that when I bought the Bubbletron to replace the Lillian, it could get there, even though I generally leave my Bubbletron on more of a filter setting.
I feel like the Bubbletron would probably be able to go very crazy, but also very mild.
Yep.
Just because, especially like the Bubbletron's kind of
It's a digital pedal,
Moved.
so it's part of the reason.
well, and one of the things is that it's really set for like a Frank Zappa thing. And if you ever have a chance to listen to Frank Zappa, don't do it sober. But yeah, like, and that's another thing too. And that's I don't know if you know this, but like John Frusciante is a huge Frank Zappa fan, so that's where he gets a lot of like using his
makes
effects
sense.
and everything like that. If you ever have a chance, look up John Frusciante doing Inca Roads, which is an absolutely crazy, weird Frank Zappa song. So that's always John Frusciante. If you're not familiar with like live Red Hot Chili Peppers, he has certain like little parts of songs that he does, like How Deep Is Your Love, Tiny Dancer, Inca Roads. He does all these like hit songs or like popular songs and does little bits of them kind of during his time to showcase. And that's really cool. Look up Frank Zappa and also if you have a chance, watch John Frusciante talk about Frank Zappa. That's amazing. All right, well, let's move on. While Diaz is done kind of geeking out. Every once in a while I know things and so I have to like show off.
Sorry, just say his name one more time.
John Frusciante. Am I saying it wrong?
I always thought it was Frusciante.
He probably is. But I got introduced to him. I'll tell you when it was when I really got into
we were
him.
all into them before the internet, so like we were like reading the name before we ever like had
right.
YouTube
Well,
or
it was
internet.
a guitar. There was a Guitar World magazine, and it had our generation's guitar gods, and it was John Mayer, John Frusciante, and I don't know if it was
Wasn't the guy from Children of Bodom
it was
or something like that?
Buckethead.
Yeah, it was some metal guy, wasn't it?
Yeah, Alex Leo. I'm pretty sure that's who it was. And yeah, that was a big one. And then I really got into Brad Paisley back on a Guitar World magazine because our guitar player, one or the other, because it said Eddie Van Halen on cornbread was what it said on the front, which is very true. Brad Paisley is like Eddie Van Halen on cornbread. So, all right, well, let's move on. So Source Audio launches the Ultrawave multiband processor for space age guitar and bass sounds. Okay.
So
It's kind of fun.
this thing's a lot.
It is.
How
Oh my
to
gosh.
describe it?
Well,
So it's a multi-band EQ with inline effects. So you can split off your highs, lows, up to 10 frequency bands. And on any band, put an overdrive or an octave or all sorts of crazy things.
There's a tube overdrive, a diode overdrive, a foldback, which is a method of distortion used in the world of synthesizers, octave up, negative flip diode, and more. They had me at and more.
That's good. That's good list reading there, Diaz. Good job.
There's your bingo.
Sorry. No,
You're
sorry.
welcome.
It's not a list. It's presented as a sentence.
But it's still a list.
What? You know what? I didn't hear you reading any lists.
No, I
Now
was
did
describing it and you interrupted me. So there.
I was adding to the fucking conversation because it was relevant to exactly what you were saying.
I was just trying to give you a break to put out whatever's on fire over there, Diaz.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my incense. That's my
Uh,
incense because I have my Keeley. Actually, I need a new. I no longer have my Keeley pepper grinder.
Oh.
It didn't make the move. Dear Robert Keeley, if you love me,
Please bring it back.
So,
yeah.
okay, going back to the Ultrawave. Here's the thing. It's like this 4-knob thing with a flip switch on the top of it. And with what they're describing there, I'm like, you need the app to edit this thing.
Oh, for real.
Well, I guess, I don't know, maybe if they do some like tone print kind of thing with it, but
I'm sure they will. Or no, no.
Or
Or
there's like all these hidden
different
features
companies.
that you gotta dial into it and you gotta tweak and blah 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 blah. But like on the face, you're not adjusting that stuff unless you get the app.
Right.
But yeah,
I don't know.
it's got a mini USB port on the back of it. You can really get in there and start tweaking stuff using their apps. I mean,
Dude, I'm tweaking just thinking about.
oh,
this
you can
thing.
actually change what the knobs do. External expression, MIDI capable with presets, USB ports.
How much is this? I'm intrigued.
44 different distortion types, 37 different octave band splitting options. There's a compander in there. Stereo
really
in
quick-
and out.
Oh, dang it! Never mind.
So how much are we looking at this thing?
That's got to be at least a $200 pedal, at least, probably $250.
Stereo and MIDI control. I'm starting to think you're in the threes, buddy.
No, $250 max.
So
All right, $279.99.
is this the same series as like the True Spring and stuff like that?
Yeah, probably.
I think so. Like the LA Lady and all, 250.
Yeah, I told you, motherfucker. What?
So 250 is pretty affordable for what's all in this.
I feel like this is definitely this. Okay, so I'm excited because you know how I've been like complaining about no one's coming out with new stuff or no. Yeah, this is it. Good job,
This is
Source
the new
Audio.
stuff.
This
Well-
is the new stuff.
Well,
Like,
this is
they're
literally
like,
just throwing everything in a box together
yeah, I know it's great.
at 250. So that's the other fun part is like if this feature level starts pushing down the cost of MIDI pedals into the 250s from the 3 to 400 to 500 range.
When is MIDI 2 gonna happen?
It's been published.
When
MIDI
are-
2.0,
when are-
and you're starting to see more people adopt the smaller 1/8" plug for MIDI
Okay.
now.
Oh, that's cool. Sorry, I was just random. I knew Scott would know the answer to that.
Yeah,
All right.
like this one has an 1/8" input for control. So,
All right, well, let's move on to the Gretsch Vintage Select 89 Jet.
These are pretty.
I don't.
this is Chris's bag.
Yeah, it really is. I actually had a lower end model of the orange sparkle.
I like that
Yeah.
orange.
Okay,
Yeah.
here's my here. Well, Gretsch is literally putting out the same thing. Like they've done this before.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know anything that they've done new other than like maybe
I remember when
bringing
they
this
came out-
Streamliner series out a few years ago, like getting into that lower Squire price range.
Well, they had the historic series, which was not historically accurate at all, so that was
Right.
great. I actually like that series because it was not the same old crap. Yeah, your Gretsch, all of your guitars are based off vintage guitars because they haven't changed. So for $2,600,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm not,
I mean,
I'm not seeing any specs that stand out to me.
this is the. Are you getting this or are you getting a Duesenberg? Isn't that kind of where the
I
decision making
don't
is?
know. I don't even know.
I think so.
I feel like the only thing that makes this vintage is the floating saddle.
The inlays maybe too.
I mean, the headline on this is calling out the late great Chris Cornell.
Fuck you, Gretsch. like why?
Filtertrons, because Filtertrons.
I get it, but like, oh my god, they're like Chris Cornell farted in a room with a guitar like this once. Like, sorry, I think it's bull crap. I'm tired of people like just capitalizing on a name of a dead guy. Les Paul guitars. I'm looking at you, Gibson. All right, I'm
Very
done.
Confused by
I'm
that
done.
sentence.
Huh?
The way they're wording this of like
I thought you were talking about
as
my
a
sentence.
pair
I
of
was like,
TV.
that's
No, the one in this article of like it's a pair of TV Jones Filterton replicas. I'm like, isn't it this?
Wait, what? They're
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
I'm guessing they're Gretsch
literally
brand,
using buzzwords. They're just
yeah.
saying vintage.
Well, what's the difference between
Classic.
so first off, TV Jones makes like 18 Filtertrons. So which one is it?
Right.
Yeah, there's that too, and then it's like, okay, how different really is the standard Gretsch Tron pickup from a Filtertron.
And Gretsch, what is up with your like number system? It's stupid. I just want to throw that out there too, since we're just crapping on Gretsch. All right.
What's the numbers
Whatever.
on these?
2600.
That's a
Probably G something.
I think they're just calling them the vintage. Oh yeah, G6129T-89 VS.
So if you know what
now they're just hitting.
Now they're just taking shots at Ibanez.
Speaking of taking shots at Ibanez unveils the classy Artcore Expressionist AMH90. That
was a nice alley-oop. That wasn't even intended.
Yeah. Are you serious? That wasn't intended?
No.
Oh, wow.
I was literally making fun of like, why do Japanese guitar companies all seem to have the stupidest naming systems?
Well, because they're dumb. No, I'm just kidding. Japanese are probably smarter than us.
By a long shot.
I, for one, welcome our new Oriental overlords.
Dude, you can't say that.
What? Overlords?
Nope.
Oh, the other one?
Yep.
Well, what are we supposed to say?
Nothing.
Oh, I welcome our
just
overlords.
Oh, Lord.
From wherever Ibanez comes from.
Complaints can be sent to legal@theeffectsloop.com.
You know what? It'd be crazy if someone had a website, theeffectsloop.com. Then, like,
we do. You should visit.
We own the rights to this.
Yeah, we own the right.
Oh, yeah.
So if you go to theeffectsloop.com.
Why are we plugging that? Where does it send you?
I think Chris actually just redid the website, didn't he?
Yep. So instead of it taking you to our SoundCloud page, it now takes you to a very beautifully done link tree where you can buy merch, find us on your favorite podcasting app, and join our Patreon.
I really need to fix I should fix our podcast like texting to just send you to theeffectsloop.com instead of all those extra links.
Yeah. There you go. All right. Speaking of, oh, wait, we still need to talk about this.
Yeah. Yeah. What's special about this, Diaz?
Hold on. Oh my gosh. What is it sent me to a bad website. Not a bad website, but like, all right. I'm lost. Okay. So Ibanez, so Artcore is their lower line, isn't it?
Yeah, they're
affordable line. Yeah.
They go up against like
I always love the
Epiphones.
Artcore.
Yeah, they're a great
Yeah,
deal.
I always liked the Artcore. I remember whenever I was first buying a guitar, I was looking at one of the Artcore semi-hollows.
Yeah, buddy mine in high school had one.
You know what? Honestly, the Artcores I think have been like the most overlooked bang for your buck guitar.
I don't think they're overlooked. I think people know about it. It's just because everyone's still just because when you buy an Epiphone, right? You're essentially buying the dream of a Gibson and a lot of those models.
Right.
Whereas when you buy an an Ibanez Artcore, you're buying without that sort of like aspirational halo model. So there's just like it's like everyone who buys, if you buy an
Ibanez, you should just give up.
It's when you buy a BMW 1 Series, right? It's like, oh yeah, I want an M3, but like I'm getting a 124 or whatever the entry level model is.
Okay, hold on. Let me explain this for all of us people who've never even ridden in a BMW before. It's like getting McDonald's, knowing that maybe one day you'll be getting Five Guys.
That's fair.
But you're eating McDonald's for now. There you go. See, with the Ibanez, it's like
the
Burger King.
The difference with this would be
no going up.
I would still drive a BMW 1 Series.
You wouldn't drive a McDouble?
Nope.
It's probably a smart move.
I went to a Bulls game and they scored 100 points. So I had a free Big Mac coupon. And it was like the first time I had a Big Mac in like 6 years. And I went, this is cardboard. And I didn't finish the meal.
Wow. Well, looks like I'm going to get me a Big Mac for dinner. Have some cardboard. All right. How much are these? I can't find a price anywhere.
I'm guessing around $450.
Okay.
Am I way off?
I don't know.
Their website isn't giving a price, but it's giving lots of other information.
$6.99.
Ooh, no, a little high, buddy. A little high.
Well, so that's Epiphone Sheraton territory.
Yeah, and this has got a lot of interesting features that I don't think like a lot of Epiphones have. So it's got like a tri-sound switch is what they're calling it, but it's basically the coil tap.
It gives you like alternate. It's alternate pickup selections, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Does it come with a case?
What?
I
Or a
would
game
hope
bag?
so.
The Performer Bridge does not say.
And it comes with Super 58 pickups. Is that Ibanez's own branding? That might
I
be
assume
Ibanez's
so.
pickups. So I bet you it's a PAF. Yeah, like voice from them.
Super 58.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, this looks like a
there's-
great guitar, and you could Bigsby it really quickly because it's a trapeze bridge.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
cool
it's
options.
just the shape of the Ibanez's that don't do it for me. But this is a cool feature. So
All right. Speaking of cool features, this guitar doesn't have that many. Gibson announces the Les Paul Deluxe 70s reissue. So it's a Gibson Les Paul with mini humbuckers. Oh!
you better not say that's not full of features in the Gibson Les Paul group on Facebook.
It's not chambered bodied. Oh, yeah. That way we can really hurt our backs. Okay.
All I gotta say is, who in their right mind buys a gold top Les Paul these days? I mean, seriously,
Yeah. Only stupid people.
stupid people.
Stupid people.
Especially one that's not a Les Paul standard. Like, what the hell? Like that's reserved.
Foreshadow. All right. I'm guessing that's like $4,000.
So they're coming in at 2,900. So like just under where the standard is, right? Because isn't the standard like 3,000?
I think so.
I'm guessing. Okay. Here's my question.
Yep.
Who did that on the next thing? How did you do that?
I don't know what you're talking about, Diaz.
Do what?
Oh, yeah, the link.
Did you even read the link?
Yeah, I know. I know what the link is. And then like
No, there's a joke in that too. Anyway, Diaz just got rickrolled.
da, 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 da. Yeah, that was fun. I don't even get mad when I get rickrolled. I love it.
Right.
Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. That's a great
and
song.
our
I don't care
YouTube's
who you are.
demonetized for the 4 people that listen there.
Do you think I was good enough to be confused with, what was his name? Rick Astley?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think I'm that good. Sorry. We're no strangers to love.
Well, speaking of not that
You
good,
know the rules, and so do I. All right.
speaking of not good, did Boss just release the ultimate tone hack?
Okay, I'm really.
So explain this to us like we're 5, boss.
It's an
ultimate-
amp stand.
Wow.
The
Kylo,
Boss
shut up. It's not their
BAS1 is going to
Wait. How much is this amp stand?
I swear, if it's more than $30, I'm gonna be really pissed.
I swear, it's just it's going to be the on-stage stands with a Boss
No
logo on
prices
it.
just yet.
Oh, jeez.
Kylo, shut the hell up.
It's an amp stand.
It is.
That's all it is.
I stopped. I think, yeah, when I was in high school, I like fell into this like trap. I think I actually bought an amp stand for my AC-15, like after using just a standard chair to put it in. And I didn't notice any difference, to be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah, no, all right. So 100, I'm a 100%.
Oh, you don't have the pure tone, man, if it's not properly coupled with the floor.
Okay, no. But like honestly, I'm definitely a big fan of amp stands. Mostly because if I'm using an amp 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna want to turn it up louder because it's shooting at my feet indirectly to the audience. If you're at a not I wouldn't say non-professional venue, but a like if like the sound person's not that great or anything like that, and you want to do a little bit to help.
Right.
Well, I always want to be louder than the monitor mix for me anyway. Like that's just
well, and,
part of
and
what
this
I wanna
helps
do.
with that because you're going to be getting you directly into your ear,
To the face.
unless you're using in ears. Yeah, put it right to my face. I have one of the Fender little kickstands
Mhm.
that you put in behind the amp, and you just kind of lean the amp on it, and through the magic of science, it stands up.
My Super Reverb has the arms, the kickback arms that I
Yeah,
never
And
use.
and
Tilted
and-
against a wall before. So
but honestly, like, this is not, I know this is very sarcastic where they just released the ultimate tone hack, but this honestly is a tone hack and also a volume control hack that not a lot of people use. And it's definitely something that I feel like some people do it just because they see people do it. And then you've got the people who are actually doing it because they realize what it can do. And that's kind of the thing, especially if you've got like a real bassy boomy amp and it's on the ground. I feel like you can be shifting your tone from what's going to the mic.
yeah, I was actually going to bring that up. Like, I think I remember it somewhat helping because our youth room in high school, like the floor of the stage was completely hollow, and if you hit the right bass frequency, it would just rattle the entire stage and everything else, and that was attached to that via the wall and floor, and raising it up helped a little bit.
I mean, and this is also, I feel like this is presented as a joke, and I get that, but this is honestly something that is an easy way for Boss to keep their foot in on like accessories.
That's been the half of what Boss has put out over the last 2-3 years. It's just been accessory
Look at
after
their
accessory. It's actually funny.
Yeah.
Fender and Boss are doing the same strategy.
And Boss has gotten to the point where it's kind of cool to play Boss in the sense of with the 500 series, and then kind of the whole retro look back, with the Waza series and all this stuff. I mean, if you see someone walking around wearing a Boss t-shirt, you're like, oh, okay, that guy must like.
Yeah, of all my guitar shirts, my Boss one where it has those 3 original pedals that they did the reissue of.
Yep. Yeah.
People will see that one and go, "Oh, Boss pedals," but like,
yeah, I've got was it the V? Or the V2W or something like that? I don't know. The vibrato one that was the Waza.
I think so.
I've got that shirt, and I wear that quite a bit, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, cool shirt!" Like, "Oh, that's cool."
yeah.
I mean,
no one has any idea what String Joy is when I wear that shirt around.
Right. If someone does know who String Joy is, I'm like, oh, this motherfucker's cool. It's my new best friend. But
no, I can't get you discounted strings. Stop asking.
I actually don't have friends, so you're gonna have to go. But all right, yeah. I think it's really funny as like the joke, like, oh, this is their big announcement. But I mean, this isn't something that I get why they would announce it though, because this pairs perfectly with where they've been hitting. I mean, where their market has really hit the stride, which is the katanas and stuff like that. And
you had a katana, right?
Yeah, and it's a fantastic amp.
Did you ever use the amp stand that was built into the katana?
Yeah, actually I did. It sucked. It was this little tiny itty bitty kickstand. It was horrible.
Barely did anything.
I mean, I tried to use it, but I mean, honestly, like that's a thing. When I use my Excelsior, I definitely use the kickstand, the Fender kickstand that I've got, because that's a loud amp. And if I'm not, I mean, that's where honestly people don't realize that's where a lot of the big fights of, oh, I turn my amp up when they're not listening, is for people who have like an amp on the ground. Like anytime I played with an amp, if I didn't have a kickstand or if I was doing like a stack or something like that, I always turned the speaker away from me and did it, and usually try to do it where I could like control the sound, and it was definitely not facing the audience. And this is one of those things where you can help out, because the biggest fight is, oh, I can't hear myself, and they're like, well, you need to turn down. Well, I've already turned down all the way. Well, if you kick your amp back a little bit, you will hear how loud you really are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see this being good for like jazz guys, or like if you're in an ensemble or something where you're kind of sitting down. This
is really great for bar gigs too.
Yeah.
Like for the people who don't go to the bar gigs that have really nice sound systems. I mean, this is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, and you set it down at your feet and up at your face,
Right.
away from the audience. So it's doing the same bounce that like your floor monitors are doing up. Like hopefully,
Right.
if you're playing a good stage, they have absorption up and high off the stage to kind of kill down like drums and stage noise.
Well, a lot of stages have like a backdrop. You could honestly use this facing yourself.
Yeah.
And it'll hit that fabric backdrop and help dampen the sound some. I'm guessing that would be correct. Maybe?
Depends on the material and how much air gap you got. But yeah.
Okay. Well, I haven't been to my first acoustical engineer class yet.
Okay. Oh yeah.
But we're
TSZ intern in the works.
That's right. I've got a 6-year plan. 6 years to be an intern. No, 6-year plan. 7-minute abs. 7 little chipmunks sitting on a branch, eating lots of sunflowers at my uncle's ranch.
Oh god.
7's the number. No one's gonna get abs in 6 minutes. All right, let's keep moving because now we're. So you guys can hopefully tell the difference between an early recording and a late recording. This isn't even that late. This is late for me, but no one else.
I mean, Mondays wear me out, so yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, we're all tired. All right, so we've got some topics. Let's see.
My vote.
4-hour commentary track on Justice League. Let's do it. Yeah.
Oh,
Chris, did you watch it?
Okay.
Yet?
I finished it. Oh my gosh, that was. It's bad when my 9-year-old's going, this makes more sense, and I'm like, yes.
It's a way better movie, but it's also entirely too long.
I would. The good thing about it is there's the different parts.
Yeah, so I broke it up a bit.
I did too. I watched it over 2 days.
Yep.
I watched about an hour and a half on the first, and then the 2.5 hour. And honestly, those last 2.5 hours flew by until you got towards the end, and then it kind of drug on a little bit. But honestly, it's been so long since I've watched Justice League. It was like watching a new movie. I do like the backstory expansion on the non-popular characters, the ones that haven't had the standalone movies really yet. The Flash character for the Justice League. Also, you've got Victor. What's his actual superhero name?
Cyborg.
So you got Cyborg, Flash.
Cyborg's character actually made sense instead of just being there.
Right. Whenever you found out some of the things you found out, you're like,
yeah.
You're like, why didn't he have his own movie? Because this was honestly, if one of the biggest differences is it expanded and pretty much created a Cyborg movie and a Flash movie.
Yeah,
not so much the Flash, but more Cyborg.
Well, so here's the thing: I actually feel like they cut down on the Flash because they cut all the comedy out of the Flash.
They definitely made him they didn't make him like the goofy kid,
and I think it worked. And then also the whole they focusing more on his powers really worked.
They definitely expanded. I think I like how they really expanded on how he was afraid of his powers. And that was really cool because you didn't just have a kid who was just running around having fun.
Yeah. Now
you really felt that you realized he felt the weight of what was happening.
Yeah. I will say though, Martian Manhunter wasted in this movie.
What'd you say?
I think it was kind of wasted in this movie. I don't think they did really much justice with what he was doing.
They wasted him if they didn't do a sequel, which I doubt they're doing a Zack Snyder sequel.
More than that nightmare sequence stuff still just is kind of disjointed for me. I know they're setting up a future movie or whatever, and adding the Joker.
Well, they were trying to.
Yeah. So there's still some rough spots in there,
Yeah, but it was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, and wow. You just had to mute. That's how bad the dog barking was.
Jeez.
So yeah, if you got 4 hours, so here's the thing: the 4-hour runtime on that will steer you off. No, it's 7 chapters, and so if you want to treat it like it's 7 movies or 7 episodes to a really long season, you can.
So for those of us that haven't seen it, is there a clear way to break it up? Will we be able to tell this is a good stopping point?
There's literal title cards to each of the chapters.
Oh.
So there's intermissions between each segment.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah. So that was really cool. The other, like, at first you're like, wait, it's in 4:3. What the hell? Kind of a moment, because it's in like normal, like old school TV size.
Right.
But it actually makes a lot of the shots look better because that's what they meant to shoot it at. And so there's a lot of vertical space in those shots that suddenly you're like, oh, that's not just like a weird scene. It's like actually they're trying to show stuff. And like even
Nice.
like there's like little side movements and things like that like affect things. So yeah, recommended.
So it's worth seeing. Cool.
Yeah, and I also say this: it was good seeing a good Wonder Woman again, because the one that came out around Christmas, I did not enjoy. Wonder
Yeah, I
Woman
heard lots of,
1984.
like, mixed feelings about that one.
Yeah, I liked the first Wonder Woman movie. I just didn't like this one.
I don't think I've seen any DC movies since. Surely not Batman Returns.
Yeah.
Oh, so you haven't seen any of the Snyderverse?
No, I don't think so.
It's interesting because like when you compare them to Marvel, there's a slow like trying to make them Marvel, like the snarky humor being added and all that kind of stuff
Right.
that happened, especially with like the Whedon cut. On their own now, I think they stand a lot better with time than I think we accepted them at first. Because we were comparing them directly to Iron Man and stuff like that, and like they just weren't
Right.
living up.
Right.
But now that like they're their own like somber kind of more grounded look at stuff, actually I enjoy them, especially with the longer cuts. Like the same thing, Batman vs Superman, the extended cut I think made that movie better too.
Well, I feel like the biggest issue is that the DC characters have so much depth. And I'm not saying that like Marvel characters are shallow, but Marvel characters are, I feel like, easier to explain in a short amount of time. I mean, with DC, I mean, Marvel's had characters go on forever. And they've reinvented those characters and everything. But if you look at most of them are easily explained. I feel like DC spends so much time on character that there's so much character development that has to kind of be seen. I feel like Marvel's very simple bad guy versus good guy with some funny. DC is more you get invested in these characters. Now, granted, you know, everyone got real sad when Iron Man died and all that, and Spider-Man and all that.
Spoiler alert.
What?
But whatever. You've had enough time. But I feel like
We've been locked inside so long. I've watched the entire series twice over the last year.
Oh Lord.
I've watched all the Marvel movies twice.
I mean, I don't know. Like, there's just Marvel movies they're just not as deep as DC movies are, in my opinion.
Wow, what about Captain Marvel? That dove into what it's like to be in the 90s. And they were blockbusters. Like, they went deep.
Okay, have you watched the Are you serious?
The what?
No.
I'm about to punch you in the face. There's a documentary right now on the last Blockbuster. It's in Bend, Oregon.
Oh yeah,
I want to go
that's
visit
where
there.
Sean Arbo was living for a while.
Yeah, I wonder if he went to the Blockbuster.
Probably did.
All right.
Do we actually want to talk about the real topic?
Yeah. All right. So there was a lot of backlash on influencers and demoers over the Fender Acoustic Jazz Sonic Master. Yeah. So like
I made that name up, but I think it fits.
It rolled right off the tongue. I feel like this is absolutely hilarious, and simply because I know some of these people, and there was a lot of backlash over 60 cycle hum, which is actually really funny because out of all the demoers, I find them to be some of the most honest about things.
And also the one that thrives on drama more than any of the other ones.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
If you want to, like, you don't understand. I'm pretty sure Ryan goes home and touches himself reading some of these YouTube comments. Like,
So fun story. Ryan never leaves home.
yeah, like, yeah. I mean, it's insane. We've had the privilege of hanging out with Ryan and also Blake from the Tone Mob and some other gear personalities. And they're usually very honest. And here's the deal. If Fender called me and wanted to give me guitars, I'd suckle at the teat too. I don't care. You know what?
Mhm.
You wouldn't hear. I mean, and that's the whole thing though. You if you watch these demos from beginning to end, you will hear them in the nicest way possible explain the things that are wrong with it. I mean, the whole thing is if you, number one, if the company provides you with this product, you want to, number one, give it a fair shot, because there are preconceived notions in the gear world. And that's the whole thing too. If you're commenting on a video versus making one, you are going to follow your preconceived notion way before the person demoing. And you seriously don't understand that when people do this, you do feel like they're doing something nice for you, whether that's giving you their business or giving you something, tangible. You don't want to be a dick, but you also want to be, true to your viewers, because they, in the end, are really what keep you thriving. So you are going to be honest, but you don't have to be a dick doing it. And people don't realize that. They
Whatever,
feel
Diaz,
like
I keep it real.
I mean, they
I tell
feel
you
like
the
you should
things that
totally trash it.
They don't want you to say. Yet, there is a mindset out there that says I have to have a negative opinion about everything so that I'm in control, or I'm superior to what's going on. Well,
yeah, it's a very condescending standpoint, especially on the internet. You have the right to sit behind a keyboard with your fat ass sitting in a chair, having mics fall on you, with your shirt half unbuttoned.
Diaz, that's your self view. And
oh, wait, hold on, I forgot to turn the camera off. But I mean, it's really easy to be a keyboard warrior, and
so let's steer this a little bit. Like, why did this one? Why is this the one
that's actually what I was about to ask?
Okay,
like,
all right.
What is the issue with this?
Because there was a moment of this earlier last year. If you remember, there was the Walrus release. Was it the Ages, where everything came out the same day? It was like one of those coordinated releases where like every demoer got it, and was it Knobs got really upset about it?
Someone got super pissy because they're like, oh, when we all release it, we've all only got like 100 views. Like, why don't we stagger it or something? Like, yeah, it was, and I guess they kind of were under the they didn't realize that everyone was going to be releasing it at the same time.
I mean, in other businesses, like I hate to go to computers because like that's the other thing I kind of follow on YouTube, but when Nvidia comes out with a new graphics card, there's an embargo. Everyone has it earlier. Everyone's playing with it. And then literally one fell swoop, everyone releases a video on this new graphics card all at the same time. It's just accepted. This is part of the deal.
Right.
Yeah. And you go to who you trust in that case.
I mean, think about also look at video games, stuff like that. It's like there's release dates that are announced ahead of time and everything.
It's almost like a marketing team is coordinating all this.
I mean, all right, number one, like if you're doing paid videos or review demos or reviews, and that's another thing too, there's a difference. Oh
my god.
If they're doing a demo or if they're doing a review, remember that a demo does not require them to explain anything wrong with it. All it requires is them to explain the functionality of the product.
Yeah, and they're done that. And
like that's a big thing. So, but you've got all this stuff. Like it's not like the whenever they do these releases, the main person that they want it to help is the company releasing the product. It's like they paid you. And it's not like they're paying you by views. They paid you your rate to release this video.
Well, usually if you have a sponsored video or something like that, you don't put you actually turn off ads on YouTube.
Right.
So you're not making money off, you're actually not really making money off views.
Yeah. So shut up. Be happy you get to do it for money. Like people pay you to play guitar. Be happy.
I just want to point out my response to Ryan's post was pretty spectacular.
What did it say?
Do I have to open it now?
Well, you brought it up. I figured you had
brought it
right
up.
there.
But I didn't intend to be called. Oh,
Hey, does anyone know how to do like light switches on the wall, but controlled by Alexa?
yes.
Yeah, you buy the ones that can be controlled by Alexa.
There's
Okay.
there's 2 or 3 different ways to do it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll talk
You
about
can
that
get an
after the
adapter.
episode.
They're expensive though, and
Never mind.
if you're
Oh, yeah.
replacing the light switch, and
Yeah.
you're renting, you probably can't do it.
Yeah,
Oh.
just get smart bulbs.
Yep. Smart
Yeah,
bulbs,
but there's like
or
10.
so I have smart sockets where it just plugs into the wall,
Yeah.
and then you plug whatever into that. That's what I do.
Well,
Yeah,
the problem
I got
is
those too.
some of my lights are LED lights.
That
That's
shouldn't
fine.
change anything.
No, they're
They're-
not like LED bulbs. They're like actual like recessed LED things. I'll have to show you.
Like you have recessed lighting.
I don't know. I went to recess like twice. I was always in trouble.
Anyway,
All right.
So I found
Circle
my
back.
post, and it's all I can
On this note,
all I have to say is, where does Ryan Burke get the nerve to participate in marketing? He could be using the skills he's developed in networking, guitar, videography, and graphic design to cure cancer. But no, he's out here finding the ideal combination of his skills and hard work to promote guitars. How dare he?
you bastard. All right.
Nailed it.
Well, on that note, just
Okay.
remember that Lemon
See-
Suckle Hum sucks.
Yeah. Friend of the show. Friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
No, I would turn around and also say, of all products to get mad about a mass marketing thing on, the Fender Acoustasonic series is the least, like, it's the most obvious one that they have to run a marketing campaign on, because
Yeah.
it's a weird product that they're betting hard on, and they need
Oh,
to
that
turn
sucks.
public opinion on. Because like when they first announced the Teleacoustic, I was at Winter NAMM when that came out, and I went, "This is trash. I'm moving on." I didn't even pick one up because I just
Yeah,
had
this
memories
was-
of the crappy old ones. I was like, "I'm done."
Yep.
yeah,
And
yeah.
they-
I've seen them send it out to like not even reviewers, and like just somebody's like, "Hey, you make these music videos, like start using this for a while," and that's kind of starting to change my opinion on them.
Because this is one of those products where they have such an uphill battle to fight. I'm still shocked Fender really took this fight on, and they're on their 3rd revision. Like this product sold out. They did a good job. But
Yeah, they definitely did the we screwed up. Let's try to fix this. Like, I mean, it took them a couple times, but they're trying.
well, I mean, the when the Telecaster came out, it was sold out for at least a year.
Mm-hmm.
And this was before like selling out of guitar equipment was the norm, which it has been this year. So I mean, could you remember when Gibson tried to turn around and innovate, and how much we all just went, hell no?
Mm-hmm.
Was that 2014, 2015?
I'm gonna say 15.
But just how much people fought tooth and nail against that, and like the internet forums and everything like that. Even the high performance series, even after they went back to the traditional and high performance split, people were still so anti the high performance stuff.
Guys, has it been 3 years we've been doing this? Not this episode, but like the whole show.
I mean, we're at 152 today, so that's almost 3 years worth of episodes.
Well, don't forget we've probably skipped episodes, and
I think we skipped like 2 or 3. Yeah. Yeah. So we're coming up on 3 years.
wow, Merry Christmas, guys.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I thought we would have been
Alright.
further along than we are.
Oh Lord.
So anyway, Acoustasonic Jazzmaster. Of course, you need marketing to sell this crazy weird thing,
Yeah. Stupid Fender.
especially with
All
the
right.
biggest guitar company there is.
That's true. All right. Well, this episode, once again, was brought to you by Stringjoy. Go to stringjoy.com, buy some stuff. Tell them that the Effects Loop sent you because we like them. And hopefully they like us back. Check yes or no. All right. And thanks for
Maybe.
joining us. You maybe, possibly. You can join our Facebook group at facebook.com/group/effect. You know what? Just go to theeffectsloop.com.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the thing. Like you can follow our Facebook,
has
our
links for
Instagram,
everything.
our YouTube. You can email us.
Does
You
it
can
have
join
the
our
link
Patreon?
for the group?
Yep.
Well, shoot. What do we? I'm going to have to get used to this
No,
new ending.
you need to read the list still.
Effects-
Is it just the Effects Loop
Alright.
or is it Effects Loop?
I'm double checking real quick.
I hope it's theeffectsloop.com because we're not just called Effects Loop.
We are the Effects Loop.
Yes, theeffectsloop.com.
All right, but you can
So-
go on there and join our Facebook group. You can follow us on Instagram. You can find our YouTube, hopefully. Email us at theeffectsloop@gmail.com. You can join our Patreon, which is patreon.com/theeffectsloop. So you don't have to go to that other website. You can just go there and start giving us money. That would be great. So for the Effects Loop, I am Diaz.
I am Chris.
I am Scott.
And I am done with this episode. See you guys.
Peace.
Bye.
We are strong. We have to just keep pushing along. We are one. So let's come together, show 'em some love.
Bam, 3:30 on the dot for you, Chris.
Yep. I was gonna say I gotta hop off so I can get the dog taken care of so I can leave. So
Don't
Y'all
harm,
have a good
don't
one.
harm the dog, Chris.
What did the dog ever do to you?
I'm going to get him taken care of.
you're gonna take care of.
Kyla was the one talking to you in this episode.
I probably shouldn't say that while everything's recording in the house.
We are strong. We have to just keep pushing along. We are one. So let's come together, show some love. This song is not about race or politics, but the hate that resides in the hearts of men. Desperate times calling desperate measures. So why don't we be desperate to love each other?
Let's erase hate from the dictionary. Why is negativity always drawn out? Pictionary, visualize love, energize lives together. We undefeated. A plan to make weathers, no gloves needed. When we weed into the mindset of achieving and believing in a community that remains happy. Ever after, the world should be one. Hate annihilated, every heart is one. Love again. So
Don't